Welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today I'm going to talk about the Iraqi dinar, the revaluation. I'm going to talk about Iraq potentially being accepted into the WTO on the 18th of July. Doesn't mean that they're going to revalue. Some people are speculating that, but we'll get into that. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about BRICS and some other things that I think that are important concerning the Iraqi dinar revaluation and your strategy concerning this currency revaluation. I just shared with you not long ago about the Prime Minister of Iraq telling you that Iraq is going to revalue their currency. Right? There's already plans in the works, and they have to get to a certain point. And so I shared that with you. Now, since 2009, since I've been involved with the Iraqi dinar, I have heard government, politicians, I've heard members of the Central Bank of Iraq, the head of the Central Bank of Iraq. We've heard world banking, other world banking systems, heads of banks, and other global parties that have said something to a global currency reset, having gold-backed currency, and also changing the value of currencies. So we've been in this for a long time, and there are so many articles and everything. And of course, the latest one, when the Atlantic Council, when the news media was interviewing them, they asked him about that Iraqi dinar. I've already shared this video. It's on the Atlantic Council, and he shared that they are doing everything they can as far as getting things together to raise the value of the dinar. They have to do some things first, and that's what they are working on. So I've already shared that video. So according to the WTO, the working party on the ascension of Iraq is at 10 o'clock. On the 18th of July, right? So we should hear something on that day or the day after regarding Iraq's ascension into the WTO. All right, so there's going to be a lot of people waiting for that information. I don't think that they're going to revalue their currency, even if they are accepted. According to the WTO on the Iraq's page, that the current status in the ascension process, you can see where they've barely moved. And you can check other countries like Algeria, and you can see how they're making progress. Iraq, at least what it appears on their website, they haven't made progress. But we know that back in February of 2024, Athir al-Guhari, Minister of Commerce of Iraq, has confirmed that Iraq has completed the requirements to join the World Trade Organization after completing economic reforms and improving the business environment. Right, so they believe that they did all the necessary requirements to join the WTO. Maybe they will make that announcement that day, or maybe they'll make the announcement on another day and have this big ceremony. I have no idea. I don't know how it works. I don't think the WTO has really allowed anybody to join for some time. So one thing I want to bring up is mainly about BRICS. And you guys know that BRICS and the nations, they're trying to join this financial organization and trying to get all these countries on a global scale to join this organization, to get away from the dollar, to get away from trading in dollars, and so on. You can see here some of the headlines for the articles concerning BRICS in Iraq. Iraq expresses interest in joining BRICS. Russia calls on Iraq to join BRICS. Iraq ready to join BRICS after banning cash. Al-Sudani confirms Iraq's readiness to join the BRICS group. All right, so I'm thinking that what's going on with BRICS is going to be the key to countries that revalue their currency. All right, and you guys know I've put out my penny stock currency plan, and I've discussed this, and I'm looking at, after the dinar revaluation, I'm looking at my strategy when the dinar revalues and which currencies are going to change in value with Iraq. Right, there's going to be a group of currencies that do revalue, and then there's going to be another group, and then another group, right? I think there's going to be at least three major groups that are going to revalue their currency. And then I think it'll be sporadic after that. But here in this checklist that I have, I go over all the different currencies that I think that are going to change in value. And I believe that BRICS actually might be the key to revaluing countries' currencies. And if Iraq does join BRICS, and then I think the revaluation could potentially take place. But that remains to be seen. I don't know. I put together a list of all the countries that have expressed interest or have been invited by BRICS, and I listed them under their country, like the Middle East, Asia, South America, Africa, Europe. So when this dinar revaluation takes place, you're probably going to see that the countries that could be revaluing their currencies would be the countries that are joining BRICS. So say, for instance, right now you got Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the UAE, pending Saudi Arabia, their presumed member. And I believe that many of these currencies will actually change in value too as well. Right? Brazil, the Indian rupee that we have access to. You guys already know that Russia, their currency's banned, and who knows what's going to happen with their economy too. Egypt, Ethiopia, UAE, and Saudi Arabia both are around the same exchange rate. But you know what? Once they've joined BRICS, and since we already know that Saudi Arabia is not renewing the petrodollar, well, guess what? That gives them all the reason to start revaluing their currency. What if they start doing it now, or slowly, or after Iraq? And for those of you, I know a lot of people outside the United States listen to this channel, and so when it comes to especially the dinar, you need to check with your local banks, your local exchanges, or at your airport currency exchanges. You can look up the list of international airports by country, right? And so let's say if you live in Algeria, you maybe want to contact some of these airports that's closest to you. Can I buy the Iraqi dinar? Also, you want to look at flights that are going directly into Iraq from your country. I don't think there's any direct flights from the United States to Iraq, but what country you're in, if you're looking to buy the Iraqi dinar, that could be a starting point. I do believe like Argentina with their new president, and they actually declined BRICS, but they are making all these changes, and I think that you're probably going to see a revaluation with Argentina too as well. Not necessarily associated with BRICS, but I think BRICS is the key. I think what Trump said when it came to currencies, here's this article here, Trump on currencies, we will all soon be at a level playing field. Well, you remember he had a lot of meetings with Russia and China and all these different people, and BRICS was being formed, and maybe he was privileged to their plan. So why would he say that? Right? So all these currencies, we will all soon be at a level playing field. That means all currencies. And maybe that is the ultimate goal. So no matter what country you live in, especially like if you live in Africa, if you live in Kenya, you should be holding your own currency. But whatever country you live in, if you think that the value is going to change, then you need to be holding your own currency too as well. But I think that when we find out after the dinar revaluation which currencies went first, I can mark off the countries that have already changed in value and then pour money into the next set of currencies that I do think that are going to revalue. It's going to be around two. A lot of people are going to miss the Iraqi dinar revaluation. And when it does revalue, how many people are going to be coming in and pouring in to buy the Vietnamese dong because we believe that's going to be the leader of the second currency basket. Then everybody's going to be investing in all these other currencies, and they're going to be able to be a part of the second wave. So the link to this will be down below in the description, and you can figure out your own pathway as far as getting some of these currencies. Personally, I just have the dinar mostly. I bought a little bit of dong, but there's no point of buying other currencies if Iraq is going to have the most profit when it comes to the dinar. So if I think that the dinar is going to revalue and it's going to go up by as much as they say that it's going to go up, or what's been prophesied, or what I've actually seen in dreams or visions, then guess what? Right? There's no point of me buying any other currency in the beginning. So I just have the Iraqi dinar, a little bit of Vietnamese dong, but when the dinar revalues, the first thing I'm doing is I'm going into my trading sites and I'm buying all the different currencies that I think that are going to go first. Then whatever I can't get digitally, I'm going to try to buy physically. And that's where all these links are, especially if you're here in the United States. And for those outside of the United States, again, you can check your list of international airports if your local bank are not holding the currency that you want to get. So I don't believe that Iraqi dinar is going to revalue on the 18th. I think there's a good possibility that they will announce that Iraq is ready to be in the WTO. Maybe it'll happen that day, or there'll be like a ceremony. I don't know. Right? But that's going to change things for Iraq and the Iraqi people, because they have really suffered through all of this. And this has got me thinking, especially when Trump said on currencies, we will all soon be at a level playing field. In order for currencies to be at an even playing field, that means other currencies like the Vietnamese dong, the Thai baht, and many other strong economies that have a higher exchange rate. And they did just raise the value of the dinar again recently, so now it's even more expensive for you to buy. All right, and so this is a one-time event. People will probably be able to get in on that second wave, but it's going to be very quick. But we're going to be prepared. We're already in position. So I do look forward to Iraq joining the WTO, and I still believe that the Iraq dinar will change in value when they seem at their worst, and because there's no point of raising the value now. The banks are in trouble globally, and I think that they're going to use that excuse to help the economy from completely collapsing. But anyways, I just wanted to share some of these things that I think that are important, and we need to start looking at how we view certain things when it comes to this global currency reset, and how maybe BRICS plays a role in that. And we've seen a lot of negative prophecies about BRICS, but BRICS actually might be the key to global prosperity. And then eventually America will get back up on its feet because of the prosperity that has been granted us by God all around the world. So anyways, folks, that is all that I have for this today. I thank you guys for listening. God bless. TC out.